This is when I've overused this picture because it's one of the pictures I'm most proud of my entire life. This is the stage at the end of the Titans event. Whoever was left of all my speakers, I just put them up on stage, and we just had this incredible Q&A session for like an hour, I think, an hour and a half. This is me, Ryan Lee. Hopefully you'll know some of these names. You know Ryan Lee, probably one of your mentors, right? Paris Lampropoulos, Michael Fishman, Fred Katona, who passed away. He's the best direct response radio guy who ever lived. Arthur Johnson, copywriter. Eric Betwell, copywriter. David Deutsch, copywriter. Who's this guy? Jay Abraham. Ken McCarthy, one of the pioneers of marketing, and Joe Sugarman, who I think invented the 800 number.
That's like the hugest stage, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and that doesn't even include Kennedy. I had Dan Kennedy, who was gone on his jet already. No, Ben Savengo had left already. I also had Perry Marshall, he had left already. And I had Greg Ranker of Guthrie Ranker.
One of those guys that you had on that stage.
Yeah, no, it was...
Paris is amazing.
It was the event of the decade, it really was. So, and Ben was there. VIP, baby. So I put this up here because this is about what Ben was exactly talking about. The best copywriters I know, the best marketers I know, surround themselves with other superstars. They're never the, you know, I beat this to death. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I saw very, very quickly this morning and a little bit last night that there's no way I was going to be the smartest person in this room, and that's fantastic for me. Yay for me. But you know, I'm here to share what I got, and you got to be able to share what you got, and I've already seen that from many of you already this morning. So I am overusing this photo. Surround yourself with the right people. Who do you want to hang out with and why? Gary Halbert said, you will fail not because of what you don't know, but because of what you won't do that you already do know. Checking your premise all the time. Having people around you that will make you accountable. I didn't know I was making Ben accountable when I was coaching him. I mean, I don't know what I was doing. I thought I was just bullshitting. But you don't know. You don't know. Jeff and I were talking last night. I guess, you know, Jeff has given you like golden pieces that have been so important in your business. You just never know what you're going to be able to share with somebody. And this is so true in our marketing too. I mean, I'm not getting into personal development here. This is still about marketing and copywriting. This is still about marketing and copywriting. Then Gary said, of course, what you do is rewrite the rough spots, read the copy out loud again, and what you do is you keep repeating the process until your copy is completely smooth and you can read it without stumbling at all. I love this quote because, you know, being accountable to yourself first and then having people around you that will tell you the truth. Remember, I told you I was a reader for this book, and to tell this author that the book was horrible in the nicest way possible. What service could I be doing him by telling him this is the greatest book, right? And you know, you always say, like, your friends, are you really your friends because they tell you the truth? If my friends don't tell me the truth and are always blowing sunshine up my butt, what do I, you know, so it doesn't get you anywhere. But you can't be sensitive either. You got to have thick skin. I mean, it hurts sometimes, but you got to have those kind of people in your life. I mean, I always make the joke, Eric Betwell, who's one of my 4 great copywriters with Arthur Johnson, Paris Lampropoulos, David Deutsch. We did a roundtable at Titans. Eric, his wife writes with him, Sherry. And the joke is, I think I said it on stage, it's like Eric and Sherry go to bed at night, and pillow talk is, you know, what was that last call to action on page 16? But they're always like, they're sounding boards for each other. If you don't have that in your life, I hate to say it, shame on you. You got to find those people. I'm speaking next week for veterans. There's an organization called American Dream U for recareering soldiers in the American military. And so I'm going to teach them how to do their own little mini mastermind group, because I want them, when they get out, to not be alone, what Ben was talking about. David Ogilvy said, never use jargon words like reconceptualize, demassification, attitudinally, judgmentally. They are hallmarks of a pretentious ass. Know the language that your customers and prospects talk. Don't use words that they don't use.
Jay Abraham does that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Making up all these words.
He's the only guy that can get away with this and not be a pretentious ass. But he's Jay Abraham. There's one of those. So this is so important. And you know, whether you like Donald Trump or don't like Donald Trump, I don't know, he understands this shit. You know, was there ever, I mean, those of you in America who watched the election, especially during the primary period, there wasn't one speech that Donald Trump gave that a fifth grader would not have understood every single word. And frankly, he needed to go to that audience. Not that the fifth graders were voting for him, but he needed to keep the language into his core market. That was message to list at its highest level. I wrote a blog post about this. I called it a wall with a door. Who doesn't understand I'm going to build a wall on the southern border with Mexico, and I'm going to put a door in it? You start talk about telling a story, an image in your mind. Everybody can imagine a door in a wall, no matter who you are. And look, he did win, by the way. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, amazing, right? But I think that you really want to have customer panels. You want to go on Amazon and look at all the books that you think your audience is buying, and look at the reviews, look at the comments. Make sure that, how are they talking? What words are they using? Use all those words back at them. I'm sure Ben teaches this with his Facebook stuff too, so I'm not telling you stuff you don't know. I probably haven't told you anything you don't know today.
Jay does the Amazon University, talks about that. Look at the 4-star reviews and the 2-star.
Absolutely. 5
of the ones are just fringe people. But do all the things that the 4-star review, make your product do all the things the 4-star reviews say, and repel the things that the 2-star reviews say. And I was like, I heard that like 45 minutes into a podcast.
Yeah.
Listening to it, I was like, oh.
It's brilliant. I'll give you another one too. But on that, the other piece I would say is look at the words.
Yep.
Look at the words. You repeat those words in your copy and use the words in the 2-star review as part of the negative thing of your villain when you're writing. You always want a villain when you're writing. So you get all that stuff. The other thing is chat rooms and forums where your people hang out. Go in there. Go in there. Find out the language that they're speaking. Use that language in your copy.
I did this a couple of weeks ago. I went and spoke at an event, and I pulled out someone from the audience and asked them, why are you here? What are your goals? All that. Before we did that, I asked him on a scale of 1 to 10, how deeply do you feel that these guys get you here? And nobody knew him. He said 6. We did an energy exercise, and then we did this questioning. And I repeated back what he said and why he wants to be there. Exact same thing. How do you feel they get you 10?
Exactly. It's amazing, you know, your audience. I tell the story, I think I told it in a blog. I don't think it's in the afterward. But when Marty Edelstein, my mentor who started Boardroom, was starting Boardroom Reports, Gene Schwartz wrote the original promotion for it. That is in the appendix to the new edition. I put the promotion in there. But what Gene did, he interviewed Marty at length, and the classic promotion is read 300 business magazines in 30 minutes and get the guts of each. That was the headline. Marty gave it to him in the interview. And Gene always laughed. It's like, I got paid all this money to write this copy, and you gave it to me, Marty. You gotta see, gotta listen. That's the curiosity piece, right? And the smarts piece. That's a good one. Good example, Esther. When you want people, this is Gary Halbert, when you want people to tune into your sales pitch, you've got to start broadcasting at the frequency to which they are already listening. Exactly what Collier says about the conversation in their head. That's bottom line. Now, I pulled this up. This was a Gary Halbert promotion. How to make maximum money in minimum time. Who the hell doesn't understand that? And he knew his audience was all opportunity seekers. And this is a clear example of message to list. He knew who he was talking to. I don't know. I just love putting that up there because Gary was a genius, but part of the genius was just really understanding the audience. Leave no doubt in your prospect's mind what you're trying to say. Gene Schwartz, there is your audience, there is the language, there are the words that they use. That's the quote I used in my blog post for The Wall with a Door. So the title of my subject line was The Wall with a Door. I have that quote, and then I said, look, I'm not being political here, but I'm going to tell you that the marketing of Donald Trump is a marketing case history for the ages on this particular topic. Gary gave the other side of smarts and accountability groups. A support system is like a garden. You always need to be on the lookout for weeds to pull. I think Gary, always knew that, and Gary wasn't like a super social guy. I didn't know him that well. I met him, he was sitting right behind me at that Pennsylvania 100 seminar.
I saw him there,
I think he was skeptical of people. So he was, you got to be careful. Again, who's blowing sunshine when you really want the truth? And so I think this is sort of a way to give you the other side of that.